in September. And I didn't have any idea what I was getting into. Because, you know, hell, out here we used to sit in the car and smoke between events. I had a little beat up 39 Plymouth. Waddell and I'd get out there and he's running 100, I'm running the hurdles, and we'd get a few minutes, we'd go out and take a smoke, you know. Stupid, but
I haven't seen him for a while.
well, he lost a leg and living down in Arizona. But we would, and we're all doing 4 or 5 events, you know. Well, anyway, so Stites says to Easton that, you know, I'm a pole walker. So like I said, I had no idea what I was getting into. And all of a sudden I get down there, and here, indoor season, the outdoor season, you know, it's a year-round job. And then they had this deal where everybody was supposed to run. And I really was not much of a runner. You know, I could go for a quarter, kind of top speed, but I'd really flake out after that. So they got this, you know where the stadium is?
The Campanile, up the hill.
Yeah, up the hill.
We used to have to run that loop also.
Well, the suckers would run clear down all those old mural fields, you know. And I go out there the first time, and I get up the top of that damn hill, and I'm, wait, no way, Jose, you know, I'm not doing this. And so I just circled around and came back and sat down beside the stadium until I got back, you know. You know, Stites and those, see, Stites was a 49 second quarter man. Good. You know, and those guys, but you know, the difference is that there was no training then like there is now. And everybody was a student. You know, there weren't any gifts like they're doing now, and we really had a lot of fun. You know, it was a great year for me. I figured out I could compete. I went to a dual meet at Nebraska. And a guy named Leonard Kell had won the indoor meet at 13:11. So we go up to this dual meet, and he left-handed bowler, and he comes out with his warm-ups on, and, you know, we're starting at 12-6 or whatever it happened to be. And I made that sucker. First shot. And old Leonard comes out there and he kicks the bar up, off going up. You know, and so he takes another shot and does it again. So then he takes off his warm-ups. And he hit that dude coming down. I win that dude. You know, and he's a foot and a half below what he could ball, you know.
When he did the indoor.
Yeah. Huh. Then I went over to little Easton and I said, look, you know, how about me doing something in the broad jump? So I go there and I do about 21 feet and get third. Luckier. I'm telling you, how lucky can you get? Oh, God. I hope you all are having as much fun as I had.
Well, having fun.
I just,
I remember going out and trying to run with that KU track team and seeing how they worked out. That was too much for me. Well, that was really intense.
oh, tell me
All
about
that
it.
running. I mean, they were running.
Well, I never did do that route.
Well, that.
Yeah, they'd leave that stadium, I just circle around and wait for them to come back in.
I was working out with kind of the long distance runners, and Timmons had us running 90-second intervals. You know, I had the big clock set up there, so you had to run a quarter and then start another one at after 90 seconds.
That's what Easton used to do. Those guys would go out there, Carnes, Semper, they were the distance people. And old Carnes really was not, you see, people don't understand that good milers are fast people.
The miles of fast racing.
Well,
you've got to run 60-second quarters all the time.
hell, they run that marathon under 5 minutes
Yeah.
all the way around. But you got to have some basic speed. And Carnes had it, and Stice had it. And Semper was kind of a plotter. He was more like a hang in there. We had a guy named Pat Bowers who was one hell of a runner, except he was so heavily muscled in his calves he'd tie up. And he'd come around there and he'd be leading the whole damn pack, and all of a sudden that damn muscle would get him. You know. So sometimes he won, sometimes he didn't. But Easton would go down there and he would say, okay, particularly to the quarter milers, well, and Carnes and the rest of these guys too. He'd say, okay, we're starting off with a 60-second quarter. And then they do that. Then 2 or 3 minutes later, it's 55. 2 or 3 minutes later, it's 52. Till they worked down to where they were absolutely running their butts off. I'm not kidding.
Did you run those with them?
Oh, hell no. You're going to be crazy.
Well, you know what?
Hell, the best quarter I ever ran in my life was 51.
That's pretty fast.
Oh, well, I did that up at Cox stuck me in a relay up at Topeka. Oh, Bud Jackson, black guy that went to school around here, hurt his ankle. So, hell, I'm already done, 2 or 3 things, and Cox comes over and says, you gotta run this relay. I go, come on. So I ran the damn thing. I think it was 51.5 or something like that. Which, but I'm telling you, when I got in, I was absolutely ripped.
Oh yeah, that's a hell
Oh,
of a thing. And
I ran Forsberg did that to me out here at OU. I normally was not on the relay team. Where we got a dual meet with Emporia. No, it was a triangular. I think, let's see, maybe Baker was there or whoever. Anyway, he says, I got to run you in the relay. I go, oh, come on, Wally, what the hell? What the hell? And more of these guys were, and lead them. So I'm the 4th guy. So I said, well, put me against the weakest guy on their damn team. So he says, okay. Well, there's a big old lanky guy over there named Smith. As a matter of fact, there were 2 of them. They were brothers. And so I think Waddell took off first, and I was going to run 3rd. Well, the Emporia coach realized what was happening. So he puts this Smith against me. And this is a big, tall, lanky guy, and God, he had a stride like something else, Well, I get I think it was, I forget, I think Ray came in, and I get about a 5-yard lead. So I'm steaming around this thing, and back in those days, you didn't run a quarter flat out. You tried to float on the backstretch. In other words, loosen them up. So I'm over there, and I'm thinking float. All of a sudden, I hear these chomp, chomp, chomp coming up behind me. So I think, hell, I gotta go for this sucker, you know. So, and I stay ahead of this dude clear around the last turn. As I'm coming up to the finish to pass off to whoever the heck it was, this guy gets up right beside me, and I am so tired, he touches the baton and knocks it out of my hand. So I had to stop and pick up the baton.
Oh, shoot.
We won the race anyway.
Oh, great.